Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Deep Dive. We're the place where we really try to explore those unseen, often misunderstood aspects of our existence.
That's right.
And today, wow, we are really embarking on a deep dive. We're looking into the spiritual essence of man, the chakras, and the inverted tree of life by Master Choa Kok Sui.
A truly foundational work.
Absolutely. And our mission, really, for you listening, is to unpack some of this ancient wisdom, maybe clarify some esoteric concepts that can seem, a bit opaque sometimes, and reveal practical insights, things you can actually use for self-mastery, physical health, your emotional well-being, and of course, spiritual growth.
Think of it like a blueprint, really. A guide for navigating your inner world and how that reflects in your outer world, too.
Exactly. A blueprint. I like that.
And Master Choa Kok Sui, for those maybe less familiar, he's widely recognized. Grand Master and founder of modern Pranic healing and Arhatic yoga.
A huge figure.
Huge. His writings are just prolific.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is how he synthesizes these diverse traditions, Eastern, Western, esoteric stuff, and distills it, makes it accessible, practical.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? Taking these profound ancient ideas and making them, well, usable for us today.
Right. Not just theory.
So where do we start this journey? Let's talk about the foundational map he uses.
Yeah.
Kabbalah's tree of life and how it connects to our spiritual anatomy. This isn't exactly a brand new idea, is it?
Oh, not at all. The tree of life, its roots are truly ancient. You find mentions in the Bible, Genesis even.
Right.
And it was taught by figures like High Priest Melchizedek, Moses. It goes way back.
Wow.
And it's core to that principle, as above, so below. The idea that each of us, you listening, you are a microcosm, a reflection of the whole universe, the macrocosm.
So understanding ourselves helps us understand everything else.
That's the idea. And the tree itself, structurally, it has these three pillars. There's the central pillar.
Neutral, right?
Yeah. Yes, the neutral pillar, then the left pillar of mercy, and the right pillar of severity.
Okay, and this is where Master Choa's work brings in a really significant clarification, isn't it? Something about how we understand the body correspondences.
Exactly. This is crucial. See, traditionally, Kabbalah sometimes got these physical correspondences a bit mixed up.
How so?
Well, because the ancient Kabbalists, they likely weren't aware of the brain's cross-control mechanism. You know, how the left brain controls the right side of the body and the right brain controls the left.
Okay. That's a pretty major physiological detail.
It is. So Master Choa clarified this. The pillar of mercy, which connects to the intuitive right brain, actually corresponds to the left side of your body.
The side controlled by that intuitive right brain. Got it.
Precisely. And conversely, the pillar of severity, linked to the logical, rational left brain, corresponds to the right side of your body.
Okay. That actually makes a lot more logical sense, neurophysiologically.
It really does. And the central part of the body aligns with that neutral pillar. This refined map gives you a much more accurate understanding of how these energies flow and manifest physically.
So specific examples, like cheesed or gevura.
Right. So cheese, which is on the pillar of mercy, relates to your left shoulder and arm, while gevura on the pillar of severity relates to your right shoulder and arm. It allows for a much more targeted understanding.
That's a huge refinement. It must have really shifted how people applied these ideas, especially in healing or energy work.
Absolutely. Precision matters. It gives a clearer framework for understanding imbalances or strengths in specific areas.
So within this tree of life framework, we find the chakras. Now, most people hear chakras and think 7, right?
That's the common understanding, yeah. But Master Choa's teachings and the sources we're looking at go deeper.
How much deeper?
Well, they reveal there are actually 11 major chakras within the physical body. These line up with the 10 traditional sephirah of the Tree of Life, plus one that was often kept hidden, Daath.
Daath, the throat chakra.
That's the one. So 10 plus 1 equals 11 right there in the body.
Okay, 11 major chakras. But wait, there's more, isn't there? Something about a 12th.
Yes, this is really profound. The sources introduce a 12th chakra. It's located about 12 inches, roughly 30 centimeters above the top of your head.
Above the head.
It's called the soul star. And here's the mind-blowing part. This soul star is where your incarnated soul, called Ein Sophar, or infinite light, in these teachings actually resides.
Wait, so the soul isn't in the body?
Not exactly. The physical body and the energy body, the tree of life itself, are within you incarnated soul. The soul encompasses the body.
Wow. Okay, let me process that. The body is in the soul.
It completely redefines who you are. You're not just a body that has a soul. You are fundamentally a soul with a physical body.
That changes everything.
It really does. And it connects beautifully to that line in the book of Revelation about the tree of life bearing 12 manners of fruit, 12 chakras, 12 fruits. It offers this immense sense of your true, vast nature.
That concept alone, the soul containing the body, it just flips the script, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It makes that revelation, quote, resonate completely differently.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, to really grasp how this vast soul interacts with our daily experience, let's dive into these individual energy centers the chakras Master Choa max out. Starting at the very top, Kether.
Kether, yes. The crown chakra, right at the crown of your head. This is the supreme center. Spiritual consciousness, divine oneness, universal love. It's all centered here.
And its main function.
Its core function is facilitating what the sources call higher Buddhic intuition. Think of it as direct knowing.
Direct knowing. Like you just know something without reasoning it out.
Exactly. It's that flash of insight, that sudden understanding, like a scientist having a breakthrough that just clicks. Or, a leader making an instinctively brilliant decision. No study, no logic needed in that moment.
It's a pure intuition, essentially.
Higher intuition, yes.
Yeah.
Physiologically, Kether controls and energizes your pineal gland, your brain, your entire body, actually. It's even linked to aging and anti-aging processes. Wow. It's seen as your spiritual root, the sutra atma. It's what connects you upward to your higher soul, to the divine. You can think of concepts like descent of the Holy Spirit in Christian terms, or Tianqi, which is Chinese for God's energy. It's about drawing in that spiritual nourishment through Kether.
Okay. And the sources mention something called the blue pearl. What's that about?
Ah, yes. Within the pineal gland, the sources describe this seed of consciousness. They call it the blue pearl. It's pictured as this tiny, brilliant, bluish-violet sphere.
Like a little spark?
Kind of, yeah. But maybe think of it more like a highly sophisticated antenna, or maybe a computer terminal connecting you directly to your higher soul.
So that's the access point.
It's how you access inner worlds, receive higher teachings. It's symbolized sometimes by things like Lord Krishna's peacock feather. It's quite beautiful imagery.
It really is. And the correspondences make sense too. Our Father from the Lord's Prayer, the first commandment, it all points to that primary divine connection.
Mm-hmm. Its divine name is Ehe, meaning I am that I am, the ultimate identity.
Okay, so moving down slightly, we get to Chokmah, the forehead chakra, sometimes called wisdom or the third eye.
Yes, located right in the center of the forehead.
So how is this different from Kether's direct knowing? Is it also intuition?
It is intuition, but a different flavor. If Kether is pure, formless, direct knowing, Chokmah is more about direct inner seeing, but with form.
Seeing with form.
Yes. It's the center of what's called lower Buddhic or cosmic consciousness, wisdom. It grants you access to the spiritual world in a way where you can perceive spiritual realities, beings, patterns with clarity. Think of King Solomon's legendary discernment.
Seeing the truth behind appearances.
Exactly. Seeing the underlying reality. The ancient Chinese character for to see, a vertical eye, captures this beautifully. Physiologically, Chokmah controls and energizes the pineal gland too, and the nervous system.
So it's like seeing beyond the physical veil. And the link to the second commandment, you shall not make for yourself an idol that fits, looking beyond the physical form.
Precisely. Its divine name is Jehovah, and it aligns with the Lord's prayer phrase, who art in heaven.
Okay. Then next is Binah, the Ajna chakra. Between the eyebrows, this is understanding or intelligent will.
That's right, Ajna. This is the center of your higher mental faculty, your abstract mind, but it's also critically your directing center, your will center.
So it's not just thinking, it's about directing energy with intention.
Exactly, intelligent will. That's why it's often called the Master Chakra. It directs and controls the other major chakras and their corresponding glands. It takes the direct knowing or seeing from Kether and Chokmah and translates it into concepts, words, plans.
Making intuition understandable and actionable?
Precisely. Physiologically, it governs the pituitary gland, which is the master endocrine gland, and influences the brain, eyes, nose. Imbalances here can manifest as endocrine issues.
And this brings up that balance point again, intellect versus intuition. The sources really stress that genius involves both, right?
Absolutely. True genius, true understanding, uses intuition to perceive truth and intellect, to validate it, structure it, express it. It's a coordinated, objective development, not just being lost in abstract ideas or locked into rigid logic.
A synthesis.
Yes. And Binah, interestingly, along with the next chakra, death, connects to the symbolism of the papal cross and the third commandment about not misusing God's name. There are strong warnings there. Binah's divine name is Elohim.
Okay, let's talk about death then, the throat chakra. You mentioned it was a hidden sephirah, meaning knowledge.
Yes, death, located at the center of the throat. This is the center of your concrete mind, the lower mental faculty. It deals with details, specifics, practical application of ideas, and it's also the center of higher creativity.
And higher creativity, like art, music.
Yes, but also things like meticulous planning, detailed design work, crafting complex systems, the kind of creativity that requires focus and precision. Physiologically, it controls the throat area, voice box, trachea, thyroid, parathyroid glands, the lymphatic system, and interestingly, it subtly influences the sex chakra too.
How so? What's the connection?
There's a very strong link described between higher creativity expressed through death and the transmutation, the refinement of sexual energy from below. That raw creative power gets channeled upwards.
Fascinating. And the sources describe Daath as both an abyss and a spiritual bridge. That sounds contradictory.
It reflects its dual potential. If your thoughts and words, the things expressed through the center, are consistently negative, harmful, untrue, what the sources call dirty words and thoughts, you can create an abyss for your incarnated soul. You basically contaminate your own energy field.
Okay, that's a sobering thought.
If you practice inner purification, if you cultivate what's called kosher speech and kosher thoughts, meaning truthfulness, spoken non-injuriously, constructive thoughts, then death becomes a powerful spiritual bridge.
A bridge to where?
To the higher worlds. It allows higher energies and inspiration to flow down and be manifested tangibly through your concrete mind and actions.
So the quality of our communication, our thoughts, it directly impacts our spiritual connection through this center.
Profoundly. The sources emphasize this. What comes out of the mouth is more important than what goes in. Dirty words and thoughts are seen as contaminating the soul far more deeply than, say, dirty food affects the physical body.
Wow. That's a powerful teaching. Its divine name is Yehovah Elohim.
Correct. Moving down to the heart chist. The heart chakra, meaning mercy or loving kindness, located right in front of the heart center.
And this is about higher emotions.
Exactly. Peace, serenity, joy, compassion, kindness, empathy. It's very much others-oriented. And it's considered crucial for ensuring that as your intellect and willpower grow, through ajna, etc., they're used harmlessly for good.
A necessary balance.
A vital balance.
Yeah.
Physiologically, it controls and energizes the physical heart, the thymus gland, key for immunity, the lungs, the circulatory system, and there's another name for it, gedula.
Gedula. What does that mean?
It means greatness or abundance. And this ties into a major principle associated with the heart chakra. Giving is the secret of prosperity.
So generosity actually creates abundance.
That's the teaching. Consistent, generous giving and sharing not just money, but time, energy, kindness generates good karma and attracts abundance back to you. It's echoed in many scriptures, St. Francis, St. Paul, Luke.
So it's not just being nice, it's a law of energy exchange.
Precisely. The sources also mention something called the physical permanent seed lodged within the heart chakra and the physical heart.
A seed. Like the blue pearl.
Similar concept, but this one contains the blueprint, the destiny for your physical incarnation. And crucially, the heart chakra is seen as a replica of the crown chakra. Its activation, cultivating that divine love, is necessary before Kether can be sufficiently activated. You need love for true illumination and oneness.
Love is the prerequisite for ultimate connection.
You could say that. Its correspondences include Thy Kingdom Come from the Lord's Prayer, the fourth commandment about keeping the Sabbath holy, interpreted as rest for prayer, meditation, or service, and its divine name is El.
Okay, next is Javura, the solar plexus chakra, meaning severity or strength, located between the ribs.
Right. And Gavura is interesting because it's the center for both positive and negative lower emotions.
Lower emotions.
Yes. So positive ones like courage, daring, dynamic energy, perseverance, justice. But also the challenging ones: anger, hatred, fear, greed, selfishness. It's described as the will center of the masses because it's often driven by these strong, sometimes raw, emotions.
So it's a powerhouse,
Uh-huh.
but needs direction.
Absolutely. Physiologically, it controls the whole gastrointestinal system, diaphragm, pancreas, liver, stomach. It affects blood quality, the body's heating and cooling. And the sources point out how stress, anger, holding grudges, it really causes congestion here.
I can imagine. The balance you mentioned earlier between severity, gavura, and mercy, cheese, seems critical here.
It's vital. In relationships, in society, too much severity leads to cruelty. Too much mercy can lead to chaos or enabling harm. The sources even advocate for a more transformative or therapeutic approach to justice, rather than purely punitive. Maybe lawbreakers need compassion and therapy, not just punishment.
A call for balancing strength with wisdom and compassion.
Exactly. The pentagram, the five-pointed star, is often associated with gavura, a symbol of strength, justice, like you see with law enforcement, or the Pentagon. It connects to the five virtues and their opposing vices. And like the heart has its seed, gavura holds the emotional, permanent seed.
Okay, so a blueprint for the emotional body.
Yes, the design of your emotional body, also called the astral body. This allows for those intense emotions and also facilitates travel in the inner worlds during sleep or projection.
Interesting. Its correspondences are, thy will be done, suggesting proper activation requires aligning with divine will, and the fifth commandment, honor your father and your mother, acknowledging their strength.
And its divine name is Elohim Gibor. Moving down again, we reach sephirah, the navel chakra, meaning beauty.
At the navel, what's its main role?
Its core function is producing something called synthetic golden chi.
Golden chi.
Yeah, it's like a refined higher octave life energy. It's vital for circulating and assimilating prana, life force, throughout your system. And it's also considered crucial for helping the physical body evolve rapidly enough to handle the energies of a more evolved soul. It kind of concretizes spiritual energy into this usable golden ball.
So it bridges the spiritual and the physical energy systems.
In a very practical way, yes. Physiologically, it controls the small and large intestines, the appendix. It affects your overall vitality, even the speed of childbirth. It also plays a role in ensuring good intentions manifest as good actions because it helps regulate the basic chakra, Malkuth, which we'll get to.
Okay, its correspondences. On earth as it is in heaven, that fits the bridging idea and the sixth commandment, you shall not murder, linked maybe to its vital role in life sustenance.
That's a plausible connection. Its divine name is Aloava Death. Next, Netzach, the spleen chakra, meaning victory or power, located near the left bottom rib.
The spleen, that's not one you hear about often.
Not in the standard 7, no, but it's incredibly important. It's described as the source of power and life energy for the whole body. It's the main entry point for white air prana, the life force from the air you breathe.
So it draws in the basic fuel.
Exactly. It absorbs it, processes it, breaks it down into different colored pranas, like different frequencies of energy, and then distributes them to all the other chakras and organs as needed.
Like an energy distribution center.
A primary one, yes. Physiologically, it governs the physical spleen itself, impacting your immune system and blood quality. Its correspondences include, give us this day our daily bread, where bread is seen symbolically as life energy, manna, or chi, and the seventh commandment, you shall not commit adultery.
Okay, its divine name, Yehovah Sabaoth. And paired with Netzach, victory is Hod, right, meaning glory, located at the back, opposite the navel.
Yes, Hod, the main chakra, at the back of the navel. This one acts like a pumping station or an energy accelerator in the spine.
Accelerating energy.
Yes, it increases the vibrational rate of energies flowing up the spine. It transmutes lower, denser pranic energies into higher frequencies. Think of it as energetic alchemy turning lead into gold within your own system. It's named as one of 3 key alchemical centers, along with the back heart and the crown.
Wow, inner alchemy. That sounds powerful. And the sources link Hod strongly to forgiveness.
Very strongly. Forgiving others and, just as importantly, forgiving yourself is presented as crucial for both inner healing and physical healing. It literally helps restore your inner splendor, your glory associated with this chakra.
Forgiveness as an energy accelerator.
You could see it that way. Hod also represents the balance to Netzach, victory. It's about transforming conflict not just through power or winning, but through understanding, harmony, finding peace, achieving true glory rather than just temporary victory. Physiologically, it controls the kidneys and adrenal glands, affecting blood pressure.
Its correspondences. Forgive us our trespasses naturally. And the 8th commandment, you shall not steal.
And its divine name is Adonai Sabaoth. Now, moving down to Yesod, the sex chakra, meaning foundation, located in the pubic area.
A foundation.
Yes, the foundation of physical creation, meaning procreation. It's the center of the sexual instinct, physical creativity. And remember that connection we mentioned with Daath, the throat chakra?
For higher creativity.
Exactly, they're deeply interconnected. But Yesod's energy, the sexual energy, is also incredibly important for spiritual development itself. This teaching on the transmutation of sex energy is vital.
Transmutation. So changing it somehow.
Refining it, raising its vibration. When this potent energy isn't just used for physical release, but is consciously conserved and directed upwards, it fuels the higher functions of your brain, your nervous system. It provides the raw power for spiritual growth, intuition, higher consciousness.
So it's not just about procreation, it's a source of spiritual fuel.
A hugely potent one. The sources really emphasize that sex is sacred. It can be a path to divine union of two souls. The key is the approach. They advocate for a middle path, not extreme suppression, which can cause issues, and not careless waste of the energy.
So finding a healthy attitude and learning techniques.
Yes, learning transmutation techniques, whether you practice solo or with a partner. The sources point out that religious systems demanding celibacy without teaching proper transmutation methods can actually create psychological and energetic problems for practitioners.
That makes sense. You need the how-to. Physiologically, it controls the sex organs, bladder, urethra, and affects the legs, throat, and even the head.
Correspondences. Do not let us enter into temptation from the Lord's Prayer and the 9th commandment, you shall not bear false witness.
Its divine name, Shaddai El-Chai. And that brings us finally to the base, Malkuth, the basic chakra, meaning kingdom.
Located right at the base of the spine, the coccyx area, this is your anchor. The center of self-preservation, the raw instinct for self-survival. It governs dynamic activities, physical energy. It's considered the root of the tree for your physical body.
Grounding point.
Exactly. Physiologically, it controls the muscular and skeletal systems, the spine, bone marrow affecting blood production, and influences the heart and sex organs. It's absolutely crucial for physical robustness, health, vitality, even youthfulness. Congestion or weakness here can lead to low energy, depression, difficulty taking action.
And the sources talk about spiritualized materialism here. That sounds like a contradiction.
It does, but it's a really interesting concept. The teaching is that while, yes, spiritual wealth is ultimately what you take with you after death, material wealth isn't inherently bad. If you use it properly, donating to genuinely good causes, buying spiritual books, or funding seminars that help people, creating jobs that benefit others, you can actually use material resources to accelerate your spiritual development and that of others.
So you transform temporary material gain into lasting spiritual merit.
Exactly. You spiritualize the material. It's a powerful reframing.
Very practical. And Malkuth is where Kundalini energy resides, right? The famous fiery serpent.
Yes. Kundalini is described as being located at Malkuth. It's the fundamental energy of manifestation, the power that actually condenses spirit into matter.
So it's a power of creation itself, coiled at the base.
In essence, yes. And its awakening is key. This happens when the divine energy descends from Kether, the crown, travels down the central channel, and unites with the Kundalini energy at the base. This union is what fuels profound emotional, mental, and spiritual evolution.
Like the fairy tale analogy used in the sources.
Right, the Sleeping Beauty analogy.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty, or Snow White, represents the dormant Kundalini energy. Prince Charming is the descending spiritual energy from the higher soul in Kether. His arrival awakens her, initiates the evolutionary process.
That's a great image. But there's a huge critical warning that comes with Kundalini, isn't there?
Absolutely crucial. Cannot stress this enough. Kundalini energy magnifies everything.
Everything. Good and bad.
Everything. All your qualities, positive and negative, get amplified dramatically. This is why the sources stress the absolute necessity of character building and inner purification before, or at least during, the early stages of spiritual practice, especially anything aimed at awakening Kundalini.
Why is that so critical?
Because if you have significant unresolved negative traits, anger, pride, greed, dishonesty, whatever, and you awaken this powerful energy, those traits will be magnified enormously. It can lead to serious psychological imbalance, ethical failings, even spiritual regression. It's potentially dangerous if approached carelessly.
So clean up your inner house before you turn on the power generator.
That's an excellent way to put it. Purification first. Its correspondences include, for thine is the kingdom, from the Lord's Prayer, and the 10th commandment, you shall not covet. which relates directly to that raw, unregulated self-survival instinct if Malkuth isn't properly developed and directed.
And its divine name, Adonai Malkuth. Wow. That is an incredible, detailed map of our inner energetic landscape.
It truly is.
So having gone through all the chakras, let's pull back a bit and talk about some overarching principles that tie this all together for you for your spiritual journey for daily living.
Well, the first one, as we just discussed with Kundalini, is character building, inner purification. It's presented not just as nice, but as paramount, essential.
And the sources get specific with the 5 virtues.
Yes, they outline them clearly. Loving kindness and non-injury, generosity and non-stealing, accurate perception and correct expression, basically, honesty and truthfulness, moderation and non-excessiveness, and constancy of aim and effort, essentially, diligence and non-laziness.
These aren't just philosophical points, are they? They're practical tools.
Absolutely. Consistent practice of these virtues actively strengthens your character, builds positive qualities, and crucially prevents those negative tendencies from being dangerously magnified as you develop spiritually and work with these powerful energies.
And there are practical preparations suggested for people starting this path.
Definitely. Physical purification is mentioned, dietary guidelines like avoiding pork and scaleless fish, moderating meat intake generally, avoiding smoking, excessive alcohol, and importantly, hallucinogenic drugs, which can disrupt the energy body unpredictably.
Makes sense. Physical body affects the energy body.
And practical techniques too. Things like specific physical exercises done before and after meditation are recommended to cleanse and prepare the energy channels. Also, balancing breathing techniques to harmonize the brain hemispheres and cleanse the aura. These lead to calmness, focus, and increased energy.
So it's a holistic approach: mind, body, energy, character.
It has to be. The sources also give a really helpful summary of the spiritual hierarchy, the divine spark, the higher soul, the incarnated soul, and show how these concepts map across different traditions.
Like Hindu, Buddhist, Egyptian, Theosophy, Christian.
Exactly. Using terms like monad, atman, ego, personality, and clarifying them, it really highlights the universal threads running through these diverse spiritual paths.
Seeing the common ground. And that extends to the concept of the Holy Trinity, too.
Yes, quite beautifully. The teachings explain the universal supreme God differentiating into 3 fundamental aspects: God the power, or Father, God the love, or Son, and God the creative intelligence, or Holy Spirit.
And they show parallels.
Yes, across Hinduism, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Egyptian traditions, Islam, esoteric Buddhism, showing these 3 aspects are recognized universally, just with different names.
That's unifying.
It really is. And it culminates in connecting the word amen or amen across these traditions as representing the name or vibration of the true ultimate God, a powerful point of unity.
It truly is. One last point from the sources that struck me as incredibly profound, especially regarding end-of-life care.
Yes, the teaching about death as potential spiritual liberation.
Can you elaborate?
For patients who are terminally ill, the sources suggest that practicing a specific meditation, the Kabbalistic meditation on IAM, can actually become an opportunity for profound spiritual liberation. It might even help shorten the period of physical suffering by facilitating a conscious transition.
That offers such a different perspective on the dying process, a potential transformation.
Immense potential, yes.
So, bringing this all together, what does this mean for you listening right now? This deep dive we've taken into the chakras, Kabbalah, Master Choa Kok Sui's insights. It's really not just fascinating theory, is it?
Not at all. It's a deeply integrated, practical system. It offers you real guidance for self-mastery, for improving your health, for fostering genuine prosperity inner and outer, for cultivating intelligence and intuition, for living ethically and truly accelerating your spiritual journey.
It's about seeing how all these parts of you, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, are interconnected, and learning how to consciously work with them, perfect them.
Exactly. Recognizing the whole system and your power within it.
So to leave you with a final thought, to maybe mull over a provocative idea for your own reflection, consider which single principle, or maybe which chakra insight from everything we've discussed today, resonated most strongly with you. Just pick one. And then just imagine, how could consciously applying that one specific insight begin to transform a particular area of your life, maybe starting as soon as today? What small step could you take?
That's a powerful reflection.
And please, we genuinely love hearing from you. We invite you to join our vibrant community over on our Facebook page.
Yes, please do.
It's the perfect place to continue this conversation, share what resonated with you, ask any follow-up questions you might have, and connect with other people who are exploring these ideas too.
We really enjoy the interaction there.
We absolutely do. We look forward to hearing about your insights and your journey. Thanks for diving deep with us today.